you could ask for help from factories or cars or farmers to help cooperate, but there's no structural basis that legitimizes your request. So that Clean Air Act is something that needs to be passed as soon as possible in the Thai Parliament. That's one. Financial, which is the national budget, I look quickly, it's about 2% of our national budget. I mean, you could talk about it if you're a politician or academics, that environment is such an important issue in Thailand because we are farming, because we are agriculture, because we are tourism. If there's chronic drought, if there's chronic flood, if there's forest fire, all our tourism goes away, the farmers will just go bankrupt because of these natural disasters. But when you have to walk the talk and look back at the national budget, it's like a couple of things. Versus if you're an OECD country, there's a praxis already that's green budgeting that requires 10% of your national budget to be green. So then you would have that legal legitimacy first and the financial resources to get things done. And lastly would be the action base. In order for you to tackle environmental problems, you have to know what the cost of all those environmental problems is. For Thailand, I looked for the carbon release. Number one is coal. So energy, that needs to be phased out within 10 to 12 years with balancing the cost of energy. Right? And the second one is actually agriculture. So pre-harvest, and during harvest, and post-harvest, if you are a rice grower, if you are a sugarcane grower, you burn and release a lot of toxins into the air because you don't have any mechanics to help you. So agriculture, mechanization would be something that could really help environmental problems from agriculture burning, from crop burning. And the third one is, it's a tie, I think, is from factories or logistics or transportation, because of lack of public transportation in Thailand. When you go, that's why you see the traffic jam that you see. And also that's why you see so many motorcycles that you see. Because, no one wants to rely on public transportation, maybe because of public health, maybe because of urban planning or availability of public transportation. And that's going to release a lot of pollution, yeah? So, if you go on a bus, the bus carries 20 people. And for that 20 people, either they go by motorcycles or cars, that's 20 cars. So, if you don't tackle these kind of things, and then factories, obviously you need to have some cap and trade for them in terms of carbon pricing and things like that. So if you know it by priority like this, from the largest, number 1, number 2, number 3, and have an action base from renewable energy, agriculture, mechanization, availability, affordable, comprehensive public transportation, you'll be able to tackle top 3 of all the pollutions and environmental concerns in Thailand, for example. But I said that as the last thing because we need the law and we need the money to do it. So that's why I structured my answer to you that way. APEC. It's been a lot of trade flows, technology flows within APEC, especially with the South Americans. However, it's been subsiding a lot in the past 5 years when I was a member of parliament, and I felt like we need to rely on each other to balance our trade portfolio. For her question on trade, for Thai total trade portfolio to the U.S. and to China combined is 30% of our total trade portfolio. Overexposure. Just top 2 countries and it's 30% of our trade portfolio. We don't know if we can control them. It's way too high. For the intra-region in ASEAN, I looked out of total trade portfolio of Thailand 100. 22 is within the ASEAN countries. Also too low. We also have to increase. And just like the share that you're sitting, it has 4 legs. You need, in order for you to sit with some stability, you need to have a balanced portfolio management. Maybe some finance guys behind you would understand how you diversify the beta of your portfolio of your trade. Oh, you, right? Diversify. When you want to go down your country beta or your risk profile, you would want want to diversify a little bit. And I told you the number 30 and 22. One, you probably want to reduce it a little bit. One, you probably want to increase it a little bit. But that's only two legs. The other two legs is Latin America and South America and South Africa. That will be one leg. And then the established developed countries like Australia and Europe and Korea will be one leg of that. So if I think about my portfolio target 5 years from now, Peru and the countries become very important the way I stabilize my trade and investment strategy. Last one on Thailand, Myanmar, ASEAN trade relationship. Yeah, who asked that question? That's like it's too superficial. That's what we're saying. Like it's only trade flows from Singapore to Myanmar and Thailand to Myanmar. Is that the question?
I was asking how do you offer an incentive structure for ASEAN to where they're willing to actually take action on their border flows?
Okay. So I think trade has pros and cons in the way you do it. And it doesn't. I think you are trying to think about it's not just the trade sanctions and things like that, and start thinking about human rights mechanisms or legal mechanisms to help. I think that's the question that she's trying to do. But I think a lot of incentive and pressure that we were talking about can come from trade. So is that Moki? Moki, that's gas exploration for you. And what's the jewelry business? The gemstone. I can't remember. But there's a lot of levers, using trade as a leverage. Of course, there's a limitation to it, which is a negative or disadvantage of just focusing on trade. However, trade can also be a positive lever in order to incentivize or pressure as well. But the trade that I think we need to stop right away is those things that related to human trafficking, narcotics, and all these scam operations, because they can operate because there's a violence and COVID crisis. Because of COVID crisis and violence, that's why the scam operation happened. Before that, there were casinos. But during COVID, we cannot travel inside to do casinos. That's why they switched to operating business. So I think the countries like Thailand, Russians, Chinese, Singaporean. There was a report that I'm not going to confirm whether it was true or not, that there's control of money inside to fuel even more violence. But from the UN report that came to Thai Parliament, I think Thailand and Russia, I think Nepal or some, I can't remember, like some South Asia country also was like, well, we need to cut that those kind of trade right away. But trade in general, it can be both incentive as well as pressure from the U.S. side, from the Chinese side, and from the Thai side. Because it's not always superficial. It's not always bad to use it. That will be my answer. Okay. Sorry, 10 minutes late.
Well, thank you for a wonderful conversation.
เมื่อกี้ตอนโทรศัพท์มันหล่นจากโต๊ะป้าไม่รู้ว่ามันไม่มีรูปเพราะว่าในจอมันเป็นปกติค่ะโทรศัพท์มันหล่นจากโต๊ะเลยเมื่อกี้แล้วโต๊ะมันก็ไม่นิ่งเพราะว่ามีคนเขย่าเท้าเนี่ย
Yeah, we'll be there. It's just right there.
Thanks for inviting me.
Oh,
appreciate it.
You're going to join us for I might need to go first to grab a table. Do you mind walking a bit, or did you have to go through? So we'll go. Yeah, and that way you can, and we'll try to go back. I'm gonna go ahead. Okay.
ไม่ถ่ายรูปเหรอคะ
Yeah. Oh, here, this is thank you very much. Sorry, we didn't do more formal.
Yeah, that's like.
น้องๆบอกคุณทิมอยู่เมืองนอกไม่หล่อเท่าเมืองไทย น้องๆบอกคุณทิมอยู่เมืองนอกไม่หล่อเท่าเมืองไทย ดูคุณทิมบวมๆน้องบอกค่ะ
Thank you, Professor. I can hold this for you. Please go ahead. Thank you. ไม่เดี๋ยวเขาถ่ายรูปกันเขาถ่ายรูปกันโอเคขอบคุณครับอ๋อเดี๋ยวผมถ่าย
อ๋อรอนะเนี่ยน้องๆบอกคุณทิมบวมไม่บวมนะวันนี้คุณทิมฉายเดี่ยวพูดคนเดียว
For us too? Yeah. I should have figured it. Dang. Ask if you remember.
So, my name's Alex. I lived in Bangkok for about 6 months in Top Province in Nepal. And I was wondering if you have thoughts on how the crisis in the U.S. with USAID is maybe going to affect Thailand sometime that we
I checked the amount. I think it's like $1 billion. That needs to be taken care of by the Thai government, Japanese government. Like now,
in the long term, do you think that's much involved?
Cannot be enlarged. It cannot be reduced. That's what we're talking about. Like, Thailand is get involved directly. That's what we can do. Thai taxpayers' money. AI agent. Not to enlarge it, but also not to okay.
Sure thing. Thanks so much.
คุณทิมมายังไงจากบอสตันคะอ๋อแล้วคุณทิมไปอิทาก้าวันไหนคะงั้นป้าก็จองตั๋วไม่ทันสิโอ้ยค่ะแล้วคุณทิมไปในอังการ่าไหมคุณทิมค่ะคุณทิมไปอิทาก้าวันนี้
Wait, Nong Prao, you have to be.
Might not remember who came, but you
you ไม่อยู่ต้องอยู่ no Prao you don't I can say it for you Okay, guys, cheese. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
อันนี้กล้องใครเนี่ย
ต้องผมครับ
โอเค
เดี๋ยวผมส่งให้
ให้เขาใช่ไหม
ใช่ส่งให้เอาส่งให้พราวนะ
โอเคได้
เดียวครับ
เลยไม่ค่อยได้คุยกันนะก็
อ๋อแต่เดี๋ยวมัน
เดี๋ยวเราจะไปกินข้าวโอเคติดขอโทษเดี๋ยวต้องไปกินข้าวก่อน Sorry man
ไม่เหมือนเดิมแล้ว เราจะชนะได้คือมีอยู่3อย่างอันที่1เราต้องขยันกว่าอันที่2เราต้องแม่นกว่าและอันที่3เราต้องเร็วกว่าแม่นกว่าขยันกว่าแล้วก็เร็วกว่าอันนี้คือจุดแข็งของพวกเรา